Russia's words often diverge sharply from its actions. This discrepancy has become a hallmark of Putin's regime. The Kremlin excels at crafting narratives that serve its immediate interests. These narratives are then disseminated through a sophisticated propaganda machine. This creates a dangerous illusion, leading many to believe Russia's pronouncements rather than its demonstrable behavior. A stark illustration of this pattern is Russia's denial of any intention to invade Ukraine in February 2022. Just a day after these assurances were given, Russian troops launched a full-scale assault on the country. This blatant act of aggression shattered any remaining trust in the Kremlin's pronouncements. It exposed the hollowness of Russian promises on a global stage. But this was not the first or the last time Russia made use of false statements or narratives. This is their style, their particular way of action. From stating that NATO was created as a counterbalance to the Warsaw Pact, when in fact NATO was created in 1949, and the Warsaw Pact only in 1955, to stating that Russia is liberating Ukrainians from Nazis when in fact they are the occupiers committing the most heinous war crimes, to stating that Russia wants peace while continuing to bomb indiscriminately civilians in residential areas, schools, hospitals, and so on. Russia is spreading disinformation and is living off of it. Russia's disregard for international agreements further underscores its untrustworthiness. The Budapest Memorandum, signed in 1994, serves as a prime example. In this agreement, Russia pledged to respect Ukraine's territorial integrity in exchange for Ukraine relinquishing its nuclear arsenal. However, Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and its subsequent invasion of Ukraine in 2022 represent blatant violations of this agreement. These actions demonstrate a cynical disregard for international law and Russia's own commitments. Another clear breach involves the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces, the INF Treaty, signed in 1987. This landmark treaty, designed to reduce tensions between the superpowers, prohibited the development and deployment of certain ground-launched missiles. Russia's development and deployment of the 9M729 cruise missile, a clear violation of the treaty, ultimately led to its demise in 2019. This episode highlights Russia's willingness to undermine arms control agreements for its strategic advantage. Beyond broken agreements, Putin's regime has demonstrated a consistent pattern of military aggression since coming to power. This aggression follows a chillingly regular pattern, with major conflicts erupting on average every 4 years. The Second Chechen War, launched in 1999, marked the beginning of this trend. This brutal conflict, characterized by widespread human rights abuses, solidified Putin's grip on power and foreshadowed his future foreign policy. In 2008, Russia invaded Georgia, occupying the regions of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. This act of aggression sent a clear message to Russia's neighbors about its willingness to use force to achieve its objectives. In 2014, Russia annexed Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula and provided support to separatists in eastern Ukraine. This marked the beginning of Russia's ongoing conflict with Ukraine, a conflict that escalated dramatically in 2022 with the full-scale invasion. Beyond these major conflicts, Russia also intervened militarily in Syria in 2015, propping up the Assad regime, and deployed troops to Kazakhstan in 2022 amidst political unrest. Russia's track record of broken promises, treaty violations, and military aggression paints a clear picture. Trust in the Putin regime comes at a steep price. The Kremlin's words are often divorced from reality, designed to manipulate and mislead. International agreements are treated as expendable when they no longer serve Russian interests. The consequences of trusting Russia have been devastating for its neighbors and destabilizing for the world. The ongoing war in Ukraine stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of Russia's aggression. As the international community seeks to address the challenges posed by Russia, it must do so with a clear-eyed understanding of the Kremlin's true nature. Any future agreements or negotiations with Russia must be grounded in robust verification mechanisms and backed by credible consequences and guarantees in case of violations. The world cannot afford to be deceived again. Stay informed about global events, subscribe to our channel, and share this video to spread awareness.